Welcome to Naughty Yarnies. My name is Barb. Welcome each and every one of you. Welcome to the new subscribers. I've gotten quite a few of those lately, and I appreciate each and every one of you taking the time to hit the subscribe button. Welcome to all my returning viewers as well. I really appreciate all the support and comments and the love you always show. And this, if you haven't noticed by the title, is my crochet version of my podcast. I also record a knit version as well, so that way if you just knit you can watch the knit, if you just crochet you could just watch the crochet. I have a few things to chat with you today about. I apologize, it's been a while. I've been doing some family life household duties lately, and I also hurt my wrist pretty bad by knitting. I did a knitting I've been test knitting a brioche sweater. Actually, it's a cardigan, and I really injured my wrist doing it because it's a different stitch and a different way I was turning my needles, and I had to take a break for 6 whole weeks. That's hard. So not being able to knit or crochet for 6 weeks has been terrible. You could only imagine, I'm sure. So I'm going to show you some stuff. It's all was things that I did before I hurt my wrist. I have not picked up my hooks or needles since then, but it's been a week without pain, so I'm going to get back into it. So I thought if I record and sit down with all my friends and chat about my yarn things, that it's going to get me in the mood to pick up my hooks and my needles once again, and I can't wait. I'm super excited. So let's get into it. So the first thing was a test crochet that I did for Jennifer, and it is called the Jaina Beanie, Jaina. So before I get into that, I should tell you, I'm decided to no longer edit my videos to put like a bunch of things on the screen if possible, because I'm recording on my phone, and I just want to upload it. I just want to get it out there as quickly as I possibly can. And before, it would take me 2 days to edit everything and upload it. So this way, I could put it all in the drop down bar arrow for you, all the information. And if there's something that I had forgotten, you can ask me down below or shoot me an email on Facebook, Instagram, or on Gmail, and it's at naughtyyarnies@gmail.com, naughtyyarnies on Facebook and on Instagram. So I'd appreciate you doing any of those as well. So this is from Jen, is it Jen? No, Jeded Dragoon Makes. I'm probably botching that big time. I'm sorry, Jennifer. It's the Jaina Beanie, and I'll link that down below. And I made it with Charisma number 5 weight yarn. I used an 8mm hook. She reached out to me and asked me to test crochet it, and I was like, yeah, absolutely, I could use a new hat. And I loved the brightness of this yarn as well. It's called Bright Pop. It's very, very vivid. I actually left the middle at the top when I started. Did I start or end? I don't know. I don't remember. Either at the start or the beginning. I left the end part so I can add a lovely pom-pom on the top. I think I want a bright white one. So thank you, Jennifer. I'm sorry if you like to be called Jennifer, for allowing me to test crochet this for you. It was a lot of fun. It was a very nice, easy stitch, relaxing for me, and I really enjoy wearing the product as well. My next project, I decided to crochet me a blanket. I did so many blankets this last year that I thought I needed a blanket myself. So I just love the calmingness of doing a simple granny square. Just doing the granny square around and around, and I could chat with the family, I could watch TV, and it's super duper easy to me. So I can whip one, through in no time. So I thought I wanted a wool one because I'm always cold. So I grabbed all the different 5 weight yarn, number 5 weight yarns. So it's a chunky, and I wanted just a scrappy blanket. So they were all full balls, but with the chunky, it takes a whole ball just to make one square. So I haven't steam blocked or blocked them or anything, but they all look like this when I started. I just kept going until I run out of a color, attached a new color, or maybe the whole ball, like this black one, I was able to do the whole square with that color. I used some, the chunky, what's this one called? I made a sweater out of this. I'll have to think about that. Yep, so I did that one. It's like the fading colors. Okay. I basically have just these 5 squares left to add to the bottom of the blanket, and then I'm done. So those are just the odd squares that I have left to add to it, and the rest I have already sewn together. I already have them sewn together. I don't have the ends woven in or anything. I've actually used it already quite a few times, but yeah. Woo. It's 5 squares right now by 5 squares. So 5 squares wide, 2, 4, yeah, by 5 squares tall. There's one random pink square because that's all I had in chunky wool yarn was the pink. I have one random red, but as you've seen, I have some more red to add in. So they're just that tight granny square stitch that has the X where you do your chains on the corner. Those ones you normally they would call you for chain 2 or 3. I only chain 1 in the corners, and that's how I like it. I like to keep it pretty tight, and I went down like a needle size than you normally would, so it's a nice tight blanket. So it's very, very nice. I really love it, especially when I'm super duper cold and then I get the dog snuggled in with me under it. I just love it. I'm going to toss it over here. There's a table over there. It's okay. It's not on the floor. And then my next project, I'm whipping through these pretty darn good today, hey? Pretty darn good, because there's not a pattern or shout outs for anything except the test crochet. The next thing I did, this was my own pattern that I always have crocheted. I did a little baby hat. It's actually for a baby shower gift that I couldn't attend, and it hasn't been they live like an hour and a half away, and I haven't been able to get it to them yet. So hopefully I could get it to them in the next while. I just did all single crochets. So as you know, and it was a smaller hook, I used Bernat Softy Baby Stripes. I just took the purple part of 2 separate balls because I made a blanket to match it. So this is what I had left in the balls, and then I used the white out of it as well. So the white is done with like front post half double, back post half double, front post half double, so that you get a nice ribbing. I'm seeing now that I did not darn my end in yet, so I better get busy on that so I can gift it. It's so teeny tiny. I'm glad I made it a little bit larger because the baby's been born. I think she was born on May 1st, so she's going to be able to fit in that on cool summer nights. And the color of this Bernat's Baby Stripe, Softy Baby Stripes, this is a number 3 weight yarn if you're familiar with it. It has all the stripes in the middle, and it is called, oh, where's the name? Spring Blossoms Stripe. And it's a number 3 weight. It's a number 100% acrylic, which I love to do for baby knits and crochets, so that they can just throw it in the wash. They don't have to worry at all about throwing it in the wash or anything like that. So here's the baby blanket. I just did my go round and round and round until you run out of yarn and add the next ball. And this took 4 or 5 balls of that to do. So I kind of played around with the yellow and added more yellow in the center, that kind of idea. And it's super soft and squishy. I just need to steam block this Acrylic, you don't need to pin block and wash and block. It doesn't really stretch or do what wool does when you do that. So I just steam block acrylic just to make it loosen the fibers and the stitches up so it fits in place really nice. So that's, again, just a regular granny square double crochet with a, what did I use? 3.5 millimeter or 3 millimeter crochet hook, somewhere like that. It wouldn't matter to you because your tension would be completely different than mine anyhow. I tend to crochet fairly tightly and knit fairly loosely. And some days I do the opposite. It just depends how relaxed I am, or with my wrist, I guess how much pain I'd be in, because I could hold it tense. If that could be why my wrist actually hurts, is because I was too tense with that. I should tell you now, all for the big blanket, this is all the different yarns that I used for it. Like I used Peyton's or Patton's, I don't know how you pronounce it, Beehive Shetland Chunky, and some more, like there was an older label. There's their old label, and then here's their newer label. There could be even a newer label than that. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. I use Bouquet Chunky Spun. I use Mary Maxim Bolero. I use Peyton's Echoes Shetland Tweed. I used a few of those. I used Red Heart Style Shetland Chunky as well. So I used some of those. These were all ones that I would get at like at the secondhand store, and they were wool, and I was like, they were like $9.99 regular price, and they were in a bag of 4 of them for like $4 or $5.99. So it still costs quite a lot, but it's for myself and it's scrappy, and I could use up all the random colors. I wouldn't have had even enough for a hat, let alone for a blanket, without being random colors, right? Like I didn't even have enough of the Shetland, and I had 8 balls of that. I didn't even have enough for a sweater if I wanted to, because they're only like 50-gram balls, and they're only 85 yards a piece. So that's not very much for a sweater, 85 yards times 6. So that was that. Then my last thing is actually a whip. I guess it's a whip if the ends aren't woven in. Would that be true? I guess so, but they're finished objects, and I won't get a chance to show them to you again because they will be going to their new home. I'm just realizing I didn't even put makeup on today. I used to put makeup on all the time for you guys. So I'm making my dog his own little blanket. I made him a bed because I bought him a bed before, and it was shaped like an elephant, and it was actually a baby's toy for the floor, and the cat has claimed it. So I found this banana box. It's a large size box. My dog's just a medium-sized dog, and he loves laying in it, I found. So I just put like a fleece blanket in it. But my husband says he needs a little blanket. He loves your hand knitted and hand crocheted things. Make him his own blanket. So I'm making it out of Bernat blanket yarn. So that number 6 weight blanket yarn. Okay, this is going to be the second color. This color is called light teal, but this isn't in the blanket yet. I don't know the color name of this. If you do happen to know, let me know down below. I'd appreciate it. I could find it online too. If you need to know, I could find it online. But I'm using a 10 millimeter crochet hook because I want it to be a little bit on the holier side. And as I said before, I crochet a little bit tighter. So I wanted it to be a little bit looser than how tight I crochet. And I'm just doing a simple corner to corner, so that way when I run out of this color, then I'm going to jump into this color. So here's the colors together. They're not terrible. My dog doesn't really mind. He's not picky at all, he told me. So just a corner to corner. And this is already a fair size. like maybe another 5 rows, and it probably would be just enough, but he does crawl under blankets, so he might want it a little bit larger, so, or doubled up to make it maybe a nice cushioned blanket as well. But this is just a corner to corner, plain corner to corner. If anybody has trouble with any of these stitches, so when I say it's my pattern, if you ever want me to do a recording and show you how to do a corner to corner blanket, just a basic corner to corner blanket, or you want me to show you how to do this basic granny stitch blanket, maybe you want to know how to figure out your gauge so you can make it, know if you have enough yarn for a certain size, or you want to know how big each square would have to be out of how much yarn you have. I can do that. It would take me a while to record and film and everything, but I don't mind doing that to share my love of crochet and all the things. I actually, part of the reason I was gone away was I made myself a little, besides this recording little area, and these are my pencil crayons. They're not even my markers. My markers, I would need a second one of these, and it would be filled with my markers as well. But let's not get sidetracked here, Barb. I can color and things on in front of here. I have enough room for my coloring books, but I also have a section over here that I do my other crafting on, and it has my computer and things over there, and I can totally record from above. I purchased a well, it's a boom arm kind of thing to go over top of that desk, and it would record my hands, and I have it all set up over there to record because I took on a new venture. I just started it yesterday. I have another channel, and I'm doing treasure journals. It's also known as junk journaling. The reason I'm really into it is because I'm making myself knitting and crochet journals for my work. So it's going to have a piece of maybe my swatch in the journal. It's going to have the information. It might have the pattern. It's going to have snippets of all the colors of the yarn that I made, the information like what hook, needle size I used, the colorway, what it's called, the lot number, the price maybe I paid for the yarn, where I got the yarn. All that information is going to be in these journals. So I can't wait. And then I'm going to get one of those, maybe for my birthday, I'll get one of those little cameras you could get like this Michael's and those kind of stores. And it takes a little photo, and it's like Polaroid. It comes right out of the camera. And I'm going to take a picture of each finished object when I'm done and put it in that journal also. So, and the journals are made out of, this is the best part, hold your seats. You do not need anything to go out and purchase anything, honestly. You can do it, you can use a cereal box, and then you cover the cereal box in fabric or paper or whatever, and then you find some random papers and you fold them up and you put them in and you stick them with a darning needle. And if you knit or crochet, I know you have a darning needle around, and you sew some thread or embroidery floss and you tighten it up and you have yourself a journal. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, and that's why I'm in love with this craft as well. So I have that crafting station. That's why you see all these drawers, is for that craft that I am doing as well. So if anybody's interested, you can find me at Junk Journaling Barbie on YouTube. I only have 13 subscribers as of this minute, but I have one video out, and I will be recording one video a day for the next couple weeks. I'm trying to get lots of videos out there because I'm super excited about it, and I want to show my progress and how to do it. So I needed some time away from things, knitting and crochet, for my wrist. And so this gives me a couple hours break in between to do something a little bit different. I'm still using my hands, but it's for a different craft. So I'm super excited about that as well. I wasn't going to put it on this channel, of course, because it's not everybody's jam to do journaling. I don't plan to write personal things in the journals. I plan to just do my crafts in it and do maybe some art journaling and do some drawing and different things. I could put some ideas in there. I already gifted my mom. I made her a little one for her to go shopping. So it has little pockets, super cute. It has little pockets where she can tuck in her coupons if she has any coupons, or her debit card or whatever. And then on the inside is all the papers, and she could write her list every single week that she wants to put on her list. So I thought it was a cute little idea. I put mom, and I put a bunch of different stickers, and I have all this stuff from back in the scrapbooking days and I'm done my marriage one from front to back and the kids' baby ones. So it's like, I need something to do with the scrapbook, and this is just perfect for me. So look forward to seeing you all there. That's Junk Journaling Barbie, because a lot of people call me Barbie, actually, since I was a little girl. So back to crochet. Sorry, I apologize if you sat through that. Thank you so much. Yeah, so if anybody's interested to learn and never did corner to corner, it's so much fun. I don't even need to look at my hook anymore, like at all, when I'm doing it till I get to the end of the row. It's super. I love it. It's so relaxing. Okay, so my last things are actually two things. One thing that I purchased and got in the mail, and the other thing I actually won. So I'm going to leave the one thing till the end. It's super beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I will talk quickly about the thing that I purchased. I purchased this from Longview Creations in Canada, and she's in Alberta. And oh, I was seeing her bags over on, oh my goodness. Oh, I'm going to have to think of her name. Ramona Lee, over on YouTube. Yeah, Ramona Lee. Sorry, Ramona. My gosh. Names sometimes gone. So I seen her that she had got a bag, and she had mentioned that it's either free shipping or like $2 shipping or something in Canada. So I couldn't, oh, it was actually free shipping. Yep, I'm seeing that. And the bags, oh my goodness, amazing. Now this was quite a while ago. When did I purchase this? Because I haven't talked to you. I ordered it January 20th of 2022. And at this time it was $40 Canadian plus tax for this large bag. And I waited to show it to you before I even, before I used it. Look at this. This is gorgeous. It's got a beautiful handle here. I'm planning to put a couple of my pins here. It has a zipper. She has other ones that don't have zippers. Just one big spot in there. Okay, she has the material stamped on the inside. It's all material, no plasticky stuff in there. Very beautiful. And of course it says all these knit, wool, loop, knit along, born to knit, needles. I swear it said crochet somewhere. Yarn. I guess it's just a knit one. But when I see it says handmade, maybe that's what I was thinking of. So each side a little bit different. There's some thread there too, embroidery thread. Just love it. Love it, love it, love it. And the price, I couldn't believe the price. Like, are you making any money selling it for that? That was amazing, amazing. So I had to give a shout out to Longview Creations. I got to look again because it's been a few months to see what else she has as well. And, oh, before I go on to what I won, my husband picked this up for me at an auction for $5. Do you know what I'm using this for? Of course, a yarn bowl. So, I'll show you. Got a ball of yarn. Look how large it is. That's like a large ball of yarn in there. Now there's another way. you can put one of those bulldog clips on the side and feed this through. This is very heavy. It's not going anywhere when you pull too. Or you can turn it upside down and put your ball underneath, because there's a hole on the top, and you can pull it as well, and it would just roll around on the inside. That way though, you won't see, unless you keep checking, how much yarn you have left underneath. So I prefer it like this, and just to put a bulldog clip. Or it has the handle, and you could thread it through the handle and use the handle that way, and then it's pulling also. So thank you, honey, for my beautiful ceramic yarn bowl. So I've never paid more than $6 for any unique yarn bowl, because I have this one, and then of course I have the other one I've shown you guys, which is a berry bowl, ceramic, that's made locally, and I just stick my yarn through the holes. So that one, actually I got it at a secondhand store for $5.99, and I know full well it's about $60 to buy a brand new. All right, so my last thing I won, I took part in a Hold Me Double Cal over on Little Red Mitten and Full Moon Fibres, and I watched all their lives. I participated and I listened and went along, because I'm test knitting the brioche, the brioche simple hug from Cozy Up Knits. It's out already if you want to check it out. It's actually at a great discount. And so I tried to finish, but because of my wrist, I couldn't finish it. So I'm using mohair and fingering held together for a DK. So it's a DK weight cardigan. So when I was on their lives, they were doing giveaways, and I actually won the very last giveaway there a couple weeks ago. I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, I get to try their yarn. So here, come in a beautiful packaging. There was another crinkly package. I took it out of those so you didn't have to listen to that. And I won one of their Spring Bouquet Solar Sock Mini Skeins. Full Moon Fibres. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Oh, I can't wait. They're actually going to be starting a new make-along. And I think it starts this week. So I am going to be using these for the new make-along. So I won these. And then they send a beautiful thank you card. And then some little stitch markers. So stitch markers and stitch holders, progress keeper, whichever, because they're called different things for knitting and crochet. So thank you so much, Jessica and Allison, for this beautiful, beautiful gift. I really appreciate it. I was super excited. All right, everyone. If you have, like I said, if you have any questions, ask me down below. Go to naughtyyarnies@gmail.com. Send me a message, or Facebook or Instagram. I'm there at Naughty Yarnies as well. If you liked this and you haven't already, I would really hope you love to subscribe to my channel, because I really, really would appreciate it. It's totally free to do, doesn't cost you anything, and helps me more than you'll ever know. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope this finds you all very well, and looking forward to our climb into summer. Today is calling for, oh my gosh, the next few days is calling for 30 degrees out there, and that's Celsius in Canada. Crazy. We had snow on the ground 2 weeks ago. So we kind of skipped spring and we're right into summer. My central air is on and everything. It's crazy. So now I got to go record my knit version. So anyone who wants to watch that, stay tuned. And it takes a while to upload these. Not as long as editing and all that, but take care, everyone. I hope you're staying well, and I'll see you next time. Thanks again. Love you all.